What is going on YouTube and Weight Loss Warriors? It's your boy C-Dub, and I'm back with another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about intuitive eating and if it truly is the best way to lose weight, and I'm going to do it right after this. Alright guys, what's happening? My name is C-Dub, and if you're new to the channel, thank you for joining me, and all you weight loss warriors, thank you for coming back. I appreciate your support. Today is an important topic because every time I turn around, someone's talking about intuitive eating and the benefits of intuitive eating and what's going on. So what is it? It basically means you eat what your body tells you to eat. You get in touch with kind of what it needs, and you eat what you feel like eating. And is this possibly the best way and the secret to losing weight? So, and in some cases, a lot of you guys would point to me as the perfect example of intuitive eating working, because I've never done any diet, and I just switch the time in which I eat to OMAD, and all of a sudden the weight comes off. And then not only that, but as I have gone, I'm now more in touch with the foods that I'm eating and whether or not, and what impact it's having on my body. I'll put it that way. So in other words, if I sit down and eat a bag of Doritos, which I have never denied myself for, I will feel it and I'll be like, oh my God, that's not something that I eat. And so I'll get away from that. So a lot of people say that this is the key, this is what people need to do. But that's a blanket statement, and it's very difficult for you as a viewer to understand what it is they mean, because you've technically been intuitive eating your entire life and you're most likely in a weight loss journey, so that means that it's not working out too well for you. So why would that be the thing that people say? And it's kind of a misleading and false thing, because intuitive eating can be wonderful. And I can give you a small example of my 8-year-old child. He eats when he wants. We try to force him to. He won't eat certain meals. He'll sit down and nibble at it. And then there's certain times he sits down and he eats a bunch. He is in tune with his body on a whole nother level. He's got, you know, definition in his stomach, which most little kids don't have. He's ripped everywhere on his body. And he's not overly strong. He's just incredibly fit and incredibly low on body fat, but he knows when to fuel his body. And he does that at 8 years old. And as parents, we'll now sit him down and say, you have to eat. Clear your plate, clear your plate. And then that kid will go from being fit like that to his body changing over the course of time. And that's because we force our eating habits, or we force our children because we want them to grow, to eat, even when their bodies are telling them different, and we break what is naturally there for them. And I think that that happened to me growing up. My mom was a clear your plate kind of person. And so in the process of that, if food got put in front of me, I ate it all, including even at restaurants. A restaurant puts out these super calorie-based meals, and I would eat the entire thing, and I could not stop myself from eating it. And it's a habit that was enforced on me. So anything that I would have had, quote, intuitively is gone. It's out the window, because my instincts are not good when it comes to eating, or at least they weren't good. So, and a lot of you are in that same situation. But when you get on an intermittent fasting protocol and you've done it for a long enough time, what happens is you correct the damage that is done to your body through the course of years of abuse and years of eating in the wrong way. And once you do that, it allows your body to start fixing things. And one of the things that it's going to fix are your hormones. It's going to get your ghrelin and your leptin and your insulin in check. And those three hormones are the hormones that are going to dictate whether or not we're going to be heavy or whether or not we're going to not be. And the reason being is insulin levels, when they go high, you can't burn any weight. As you guys know, that is the storage hormone. Your ghrelin is going to tell you that you're hungry, and your leptin is going to tell you that you're full. And those things working together are a powerful thing in weight loss and weight management. And so if you take your hormones and you get them in balance, your body will all of a sudden allow you to intuitively eat. And you won't gain weight, because you know that your body has enough food in it and it has done the right things. But guys, that isn't there for most of us for a long time into the journey, and maybe not even until maintenance before you completely understand what that is. So going out tomorrow and saying, you know what, I'm throwing out all the, ideas that I have about weight loss. I'm not going to do intermittent fasting. If my body's telling me I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat until I'm satisfied, and then I'm going to move on with my day. That sounds like a good idea. It's not an effective idea, though, when you're in the beginning of this journey. You need a regimen that is consistent. You need to move day in and day out doing the same thing so that your body will adjust and fix itself. And once all of your hormones are in line, which I believe is a huge part of weight loss, once they're all in a line, you're going to see the intuitive eating part can come into play, and it can be a big part of your journey. And a lot of times I see nutritionists that have never been overweight in their life, that have a degree in nutrition, talk about intuitive eating, and they say, hey, listen, all you've got to do is eat what your body needs. And your body's going to turn around and tell you it needs Oreos when it doesn't. And so, because you're bored or because you don't have something to do at that moment. So slow the roll on that. Pump the brakes. Get into a consistent fasting regimen. Stop picking whether or not I'm going to try this for this week and that for this week, and just do one thing and stick to it. And if that one thing becomes easy, you can adjust from there. You can move on with your life. But what you don't want to do is jump around in your fasting protocols, mix things up too much to where your body can never quite get its hormones in balance. And then later on down the road, I think what will happen is you'll stop getting hungry, and when you sit down to eat, you'll start to feel the difference in the food you eat. And that's the first sign for me of intuitive eating, because it's clearly better to eat your good whole foods than it is to eat your Oreos and Doritos. So when you sit down and you can kind of eat the Oreos and Doritos and feel what it's doing to your body, then that's when you're ready to start saying, you know what, I'm going to be an intuitive eater. I hope this was helpful. I hope next time you hear somebody say, hey, listen, all you've got to do is be an intuitive eater, you say, hold on a second, that's what kind of got me here to begin with. My body's not right, so eating intuitively isn't good until my hormones are balanced. Once that happens, you're golden. My face is right over here, guys. Click on it. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. I appreciate all of you. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.